filmmaking. Keep an eye out. You might see your favorite. I know mine is up here. It's Back to the Future. You can also see the evolution of the Universal globe as it has changed over the last century from each of these posters on either side of us as well. In the meantime, take a look at your screen. See if you can recognize the scene from this classic black and white movie.
Thank you.
Did you hear that? Mrs. Barrett.
Not quite, darling, but soon. Very, very soon. Hello. Yes? Every bottle of champagne sent to the movie books. Make sure that we are not disturbed for any reason.
Soundstage looks like, and here on your left you can see what the outside of the soundstage looks like. This is our stage 12, which is currently home to NBC's hit singing competition The Voice, which stars Gwen Stefani, Alicia Keys, and is hosted by Carson Daly.
Hi everybody, I'm Carson Daly from NBC's The Voice. I want to welcome you to the Universal Front Lot. Our show is filmed on stage 12. It happens to be the largest soundstage on the Universal lot. Take a look.
You've probably seen the inside of stage 12 even if you don't realize it. Here are a few classic scenes you might recognize which were shot right inside. We had to reassemble them as they were taking them out of the sound stages, which no longer exist over where that construction is, and they're rebuilding them inside stage 21. So we got a lot of production trailers parked out here, as well as set pieces just outside of the door. Those big planks there, you can actually see some of the Superstore Cloud 9 sets waiting to be reassembled inside that soundstage. And the way that we get those inside the sound stages is through those large sliding doors on the sides of all of our stages. Those are called elephant doors. We call them that because we used to have a zoo on the lot, and we needed doors big enough to let large animals such as elephants and giraffes into and out of those sound stages. Now elephant doors are primarily used for large set pieces, just like the ones you saw for Superstore, or the ones that they used in Apollo 13 to build up mission control. Originally, we'd hoped to film inside the actual mission control that was used during the Apollo missions over in Houston, Texas, but NASA's engineers didn't have filmmaking in mind when they designed mission control, and there was just not enough space for all the elaborate camera equipment that was necessary for that production. They ended up building
I think we had a connection.
Big fan too much.
Edit this out, please.
Now, while the Mini Project airs on Hulu, it is produced by Universal Television. That and Universal Studios Hollywood are both a part of NBC Universal, one of the largest entertainment companies in the world. This media powerhouse does not just consist of Universal Studios, however, but many of your favorite TV networks as well, such as NBC, E, Sci-Fi, USA, Bravo, Telemundo, NBC Universo, The Golf Channel, CNBC, MSNBC, The Weather Channel, Oxygen, and NBC Sports, just to name a few. So that's a whole lot of channels, which each one... Illumination Entertainment joins the De Laurentiis company on the lot. De Laurentiis brought the legend of Dr. Hannibal Lecter to the big and small screen. They currently occupy the offices which once belonged to none other than the incomparable Alfred Hitchcock, director of such films as Psycho, Vertigo, and The Bird. So it's certainly keeping it with that horror genre. After all, Mr. Hitchcock made a name for himself by redefining the way we watch scary movies, but he was also famous for putting himself in all of his own films and what we call actors who drove them. So here we have the Ferrari that Tom Selleck drove in Magnum P.I., which is actually just a shell of a Ferrari with the engine of a Volkswagen. These Ferraris are pretty loud, so we needed to switch it out with something quieter. And we've got my personal favorite from Back to the Future. Fortunately, we managed to clean all the manure out of Biff's car, as well as what filmmakers guessed cars might look like in 2015, which is the year that Doc and Marty traveled to in Back to the Future Part 2. And here we've got some more recent picture cars as well, including this tank from Transformers, which may look like a real tank, but it is not. It's actually made entirely out of wood. and it's just been painted to look like a real tank. It's a real DIY project. Because ultimately all that matters is what you see on screen, right? It doesn't need to be a real tank. That Ferrari from Magnum PI doesn't need to be real. In fact, any of those buildings that you saw in our Metropolitan sets, those weren't real either, because they don't need to be, as long as it looks convincing on screen. And as strange and outlandish as a wooden picture car might seem to you, we actually do have another wooden picture car to show you. This one from The Lost World, Jurassic Park, the second film in the Jurassic Park franchise. In fact, we got a lot more picture cars where that came from. And as we pass through the InGen gates, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to be the first to say,
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
all right, well, he beat me to it. But like I said, we've got props, set pieces, and picture cars here on either side of the tram from the first 3 Jurassic Park films, including the mobile lab from The Lost World. Now, in that movie, they do all their research in their mobile lab. Sometimes they're driving it around, and in those cases, it was a real mobile lab. But there's one scene in particular where it's getting pushed off the side of a cliff by an angry T-Rex. And in that case, it didn't need to be real. It didn't need to be able to drive around. It just needed to be light enough for us to safely dangle it off the edge of a precipice. This is the same one that was used in that scene, and that also explains why it's made out of wood, right? Because wood is lighter than metal. In fact, as we come around to the back, you can see some of the paint there is peeling, which reveals the plywood underneath. We didn't actually push it off of a cliff, though. It was a hard structure. Oh, dear. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, well, can't say I didn't warn you. Yeah, you guys didn't think I was kidding about the dinosaurs, but did you? Because I was not. Not kidding. Those are Dilophosaurus. They are mostly harmless. Although if we're looking for tips on how to survive a dinosaur attack with grace and style, we need to look no further than Jurassic World. This guy's got his priorities straight. That's actually a cameo by Jimmy Buffett of Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville, which you can enjoy later this evening on City Walk. Now, this scene is relatively unusual as far as dinosaur attacks go in the Jurassic Park films because it's bright and it's sunny. In the first 3 films in particular, they used the weather to help set the tone and the mood of the Jurassic Park films. They made it dark and they made it rainy because it's going to be a lot more suspenseful if you're running away from a T-Rex and it's dark and rainy. The problem with that is that here in Los Angeles, we don't get a whole lot of rain, which means that filmmakers have had to get a bit creative over the years in terms of making weather work for them. An emphasis on the making. Now, since we are talking about weather, I do think now's a good time for me to hand it over to the Today Show's Al Roker. Let's see if he can give us an idea of what kind of weather we can expect on the rest of the tour today.
Forecast for the Universal Backyard. It's going to be sunny and dry in 6 Points, Texas. Cool and violent in Little Europe. Expect snow and sleet on New York Street, and we've got a high chance of fog and precipitation for Skull Island, Amity Island, and Island of Raw. That's your forecast for today. Now here's a look at what's going on in your neighborhood.
Thanks, Al. So here we are in Old Mexico. Uh-oh. Al seems to think there's going to be a flash flood. Listen, I know this rain came out of nowhere, but still it doesn't look like enough for a flood, right? So we'll just wait this out to be on our way here in a few moments. So this set was used in Westworld as well as Indiana Jones. Okay, that really doesn't sound like it's letting up, does it? Well, it's hard for me to tell from up here, but Cars 3 and 4, could you guys just scream for me really loud if you see anything coming? Okay, yeah, definitely hearing some, oh my goodness. Whoa. Well, at least we're safe here in Cars 1 and 2, right guys? Great Scott. That escalated quickly. But don't worry, folks. None of that was real. It was all fake. Even the water was fake. All right, no, it's real water. What we do is we shoot it into overhead sprinklers straight up into the air and let it fall back down to earth naturally with a technique we in the filmmaking industry call gravity. Works every time. But here we're crossing the border, leaving Old Mexico behind us as we head into the Old West. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 6 Points, Texas.
Tram don't want no trouble. They just want want to check out 6 Points, one of the oldest sets on the Universal.
I guess we'll both down out of here as well then, Jimmy. Now, 6 Points got its name because it used to be one of 6 Western sets that we had here on the Universal lot. Because back in the silent film era, Westerns were really popular, and we made a lot of them. In fact, we made over 200 movies a year. Part of the way that that was possible was with 6 Western sets. We could be shooting 6 different movies all at the same time, right next to each other, without having to worry about the sound. Of course, the introduction of sound has changed pretty much everything in terms of how we make movies, and we're going to get to experience that firsthand here as we're approaching what we call a hot set. Hot set is what we call any set where there is active filming going on. In this case in particular, it is the Hallmark Channel's Home and Family, and we're going to drive close enough to that hot set. I'm going to have to go off mic here. Just a quick reminder to you guys, you can still talk amongst yourselves, keep taking as many pictures as you would like. It's in that little suburban house. They're actually filming in the backyard. On the left of the tram as we round this corner, you can see Little Europe currently being used by The Good Place. From one hot set into another. We've just driven into Soundstage 50 here. Fortunately, in this case, though, the crew is only 3, so we get to do a little set visit inside the soundstage. This one happens to be unique. It is a 2-story soundstage, which is very unusual. So you can see they've actually built the stairs that lead up onto the 2nd story into this set. We do have a camera and lighting equipment over my car. Oh, I think that was an earthquake. That's kind of cool. Anyways, okay, just a little aftershock, folks. Nothing to be alarmed about. Everybody just remain calm and stay in your seats. Oh my gosh. Oh no, for 3. Well, on the bright side, you get a great view of the set above us. Silver lining. You gotta really want to see it. Oh no. The system has crashed. Okay, get the doors open. How is it even possible for there to be a train inside a soundstage? Jack in the water there. Did you see by the boat? He's... No, Jack. No, Jack. Jack, there's a boat. There's a boat, Jack. Jack. I'll never let go. I promise. Okay, well, that really bit. I'm not gonna lie. I liked him a lot, but we don't want to end up like Jack, so everybody please remain seated at all times as we hide behind these canisters of gasoline. What could possibly go wrong? This doesn't feel right. Maybe we should see if we can get some. There's a show. Did you see his eyes? They were dead. Like a doll's eyes. Ooh, we made it. No power to burst can stop us now. Alright, well, let's turn this into a learning moment. Can anybody tell me what kind of shark that is? Visual programming here, we've got some of the sets from How the Grinch Stole Christmas, directed by Ron Howard, which did film here on the lot. Now, this was a huge production despite filming out here on our back lot. They also filmed on our front lot using 11 of our sound stages. That's nearly half, 11 out of 24. And one of those sound stages was used entirely for putting Who's into their Who makeup. But those poor Who's of Whoville had just the worst real estate agent ever. Because on the Snowflake, their neighbor was the Grinch, and out here on the back lot, their neighbor's none other than Norman Bates, innkeeper of the Bates Motel. Actually, if we have any out-of-towners looking for a place to stay, I hear they've got 12 cabins and 12 vacancies. Oh, look, there's Norman. We actually have plans next week, and I'm really excited about it. must have learned his manners from his mother. Oh, wait, no, wait. Okay. I think I've misread the situation. She's got a reputation for being a little bit mad, but you know, we all go a little mad sometimes, especially when there's a plane crash in your backyard, which is exactly what poor mother is dealing with. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the crash site from Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds.
The airplane that crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around the vision that Steven had.
Again, to sit down to talk about War of the Worlds. And I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. Thank you. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Now I'm closed.
Originally built for War of the Worlds, we continue to use this set all the time. As you can see, we do have production taking place here on the left of the tram, so you can actually see production taking place on the lot, which is pretty cool. So this set was built with an actual Boeing 747. That's a real plane. It was purchased specifically for War of the Worlds for $60,000 and then shipped here for $200,000. Yeah, that's when they get you. The shipping and the handling. But we continue to use this set all the time, as you can see. It was also used in the Nicki Minaj music video, Fly, featuring Rihanna. We also use it to train search and rescue dogs, which I think is pretty much the coolest thing I've ever heard. Take a look a little bit more here at Sully, which did film. And there's a big wide shot here with all those boats. That was filmed here as well, but that's actually only one boat. They just did a composite shot where... Wait, what now?
Look, this might be more serious than I thought. You guys need to turn that vehicle around and head back to passenger unloading immediately.
Unloading? Are you sure that's a good idea?
Sweet moonwalking Moses!
Well,
that's a terrible idea.
what's going on?
What just happened?
Hello?
This is a secure line.
I'm losing you.
Who are you?
Agent Nova?
I'll tell you who I am, boy. I'm the reason bad guys use a nightlight. I'm the reason the boogeyman begs his mama to look under his bed. And I'm the reason you just lost control of this whole operation. My name is Special Agent Luke Hobbs of the U.S. Diplomatic Security Service. And as of 16.9 seconds ago, I'm the man in charge.
The hell you are.
Let me clue you in on two things, sweet cheeks. One, there's a high-value witness from the Federal Protection Program aboard your vehicle. And two, an international crime syndicate led by Owen Shaw is honing in on this vehicle to take that witness out. Shaw's as ruthless as they come, and he'll stop at nothing to eliminate his target. Every living soul on this vehicle is in serious danger. Other than that, enjoy the ride.
This is not your jurisdiction.
It is now, Stink Pickle.
I am so tired of you state guys stepping in just whenever you feel like.
Mute him.
Don't you dare!
Guys, you can't put me in the middle of this. FBI, DSS, I'm just the tour guide.
Okay, I'm gonna make this really easy for you. Who do you trust more? Me? Or Mrs. Puskins here?
Well, I guess that's a good point.
Good, but do not get...
That's better. We're moving your vehicle to a safe location until we have the situation under control. Until then, I want everybody to stay calm. Don't run. Take care of this.
Alright guys, well, this sounds pretty serious, but you know what? I think it's best if we just follow instructions. I don't know about you, but I'm inclined to listen to Agent Hobbs. I hope you guys don't hold it against me for listening to him and not the FBI, but frankly, Agent Hobbs seems about as solid as a rock, so I feel like we kind of got to go with him on this one. So let's just keep our heads down. Just a quick reminder to everybody to stay seated at all times, and hopefully we'll be able to get you guys back on the tram route as soon as it is safe to do so. In the meantime, I really do think it's best if we just do what they say. Hopefully we can get out of here all in one piece.
Hey, you!
Not too far. are. But this is the heart of the entertainment industry, and you just saw the biggest